and I don't have any financial interest in this presentation, none of the products and software, I don't have any interest. Probably the practitioner will have good financial interest after hearing this lecture. So this was the state of ophthalmic practice yesterday years. There is no need for investment for practice, and they had quite financially prosperous ophthalmology practice, and that provided a fair living standard for everyone. But today, we are in this situation. Excess loans, lack of access to capitals, and you have the corporates coming up very aggressively. Too many camps by the NGOs in your area, and to simply put it, adverse economic conditions. So how do we cope up with this? Along with this, you also need to cope up with the new breed of patient. He is not a patient anymore, he is the eye care consumer. Along with that, you also need to catch up with the fast technological and clinical advancements, which have really created this new breed of patient, that is the eye care consumer. So traditionally, ophthalmic practice, refraction and dispensing have been the mainstay of any ophthalmic practice. So it's not a novel idea anymore for ophthalmologists to have an optical arm attached to the practice. But what is important is, in terms of quality of service offered and profitability, whether you are managing it well and getting the required profitability from this part of your practice. You can see across ages, optical outlet offer eye care solution for pediatric age group, and in the adolescent age group, myopia and astigmatism. And then in the presbyopic age, the presbyopia correction, particularly with the new bifocals and progressive coming up in a big way. So this offers a good business prospect. And even after cataract, in spite of all these multifocals, patient will still need progressive or bifocals for the good vision. So what is the market potential? At least 30% of the population need correction in vision. So that means 340 million. And if you take 84 million users, 25% of them sometimes would need the correction. And if you put together what Dr. Andros put, that lovely Polaroid glasses, sunglasses, which there is a whopping 50% of people would need glasses sometime or other. And consumers change their glasses in frame once in 1 to 2 years on an average. And probably if you are in a IT area, those guys will change their glasses every 6 months, along with their iPod to suit their color of the iPads and iPods. So the market size, 25 to 35 million units per annum, and 2,200 crores on the up. Probably it has been released. This statistics were 2-year-old. Probably now it should be around 4,000 crores. That's comparable to the watch industry. That's why Titan came into the picture. And this data is from their. So the customer lifetime value is very high. So almost everyone over 40 years needs some kind of correction. So where we will play in the value chain? So our business is not opticals. Our profession is ophthalmology and eye care service. But leave the design and marketing to those people. Frame, lens, and manufacturing to the. All this can be outsourced. The distribution can be left to them. Lens finishing assembly, maybe if you have a roaring optical practice, you can try to have that. Where we can play a big role is in the retail service to our patient, because this is where patient directly come into contact with the optical industry. So if you see the real picture, so dispensing can account for 50% of practice revenue. If you have a successful ophthalmic practice, 50% of this can be accounted by the dispensing practice, but it doesn't need 50% of your time. You can continue to practice your cataract services and OPD, and most of the optical delegations can be delegated to others. And more so, if you come to a conference like this, you have to reschedule your surgical practice, but in opticals, the activities can go on even when you are not there. So the core values that build our profession, eye care profession, also applies to opticals. You need to inspire your team. You have to work smart and produce exceptional results. So this may look like a business plan, but it is also essential. Like our practice plan, the optical plan is also essential. So planning is essential. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. So before establishing a unit, you need to have a clear idea, clear future focus to increase the chance of your success. So the first rule is, for a startup, put some of your own money in the business. So that will really put your focus into the outlet. And the second rule is, put as little of your own money. So start on a low scale and then expand. Don't follow these corporates. For individual practitioner, this makes sense. So this is the financial plan. You need to take care of the initial cost. That includes the infrastructure, that is the space, furniture, equipments, and the minimum inventory for lenses and frames, and of course the overhead, the printing cost, everything. The indirect cost is the rent, electricity, stationery, salary to the people you employ, machinery if you have a auto lensometer or fitting instruments that needs maintenance, and the recurring cost of the direct costs incurred in procuring these spectacles, frame lenses, and accessories. So before planning, you also need to have this in mind. So the 5 P's of designing your opticals, you need to have a plan, not the business plan. This is the plan of your optical outlet. So it's better to have a professional consultant. So they will give a practical designing, and you can also have good input from them with reference to presentation of the frames. And this is very, very important to provide pleasant atmosphere to our customers. So with all this P in place, you need to present your product and services in a better way. There are certain simple steps to enhance the value of frames. It's focus lighting and putting the frames in different areas. Particularly kids can have a different area, adults can have a different area. Women with all those colorful frames can have a different area. So that will really enhance the value of your frames. So you can optimize your dispensing by all these products. Once you establish the outlet, you need to market it. You need to take care of the buying, where you buy from the vendors, particularly the frames and lenses. You also need to have good record keeping. You need to train your people for productivity, and you need to have some costing, how much you spend on your frames and essential cost. And you also need to have a control on your stocks, and then plan for the business to expand. So right from the beginning, you need to set up systems in the optical. Since you will not be spending most of your time here, you need to establish systems so that it takes care of its own management to project appropriate inventory. So the inventory means the stocking of lenses and this exotic frames, what Dr. Andrews was describing. So you need to determine the necessary infrastructure. This infrastructure includes the HR. So what type of people you hire, what type of how training you give them, all these are really important. So you need to hire people with sales mentality and marketing mentality. And if your system of opticals goes well, you need to have the services of the accountant also. So estimate the associated operating expenses and projected annual revenue. So this comes later. And you also, from your practice, you need to have some inputs regarding the number of glass prescription you are giving, so that you know how much glass prescription your staff need to capture on a regular basis. This is called the magic number, the number of eyeglass prescription per month you give. And for a successful optical outlet, you need to capture at least 60 to 75% of your own prescription. So you can't expect other people's prescription to come to your place. So the ideal is 60 to 75% of full orders. You also need to manage the inventory very well, otherwise there will be a lot of wastage, particularly the exotic gold color frames and if you buy cheaper frames, it will degrade over a period of time. So you need to assess your patient profile, the demographic profile, the economic considerations, and you shouldn't overstock or backstock. Overstock leads wastage because all this frame over a period of time tend to degrade. And inventory or the total number of frames should not be more than the space for display as well as There should be some backup, at least 20% backup. So you also need to stack up your inventory with age-appropriate frames. Suppose you have a good pediatric practice, you need to concentrate on those kids, colorful kid frames, pediatric frames. And we have elite customers, you need to focus on the lifestyle frames, like what Dr. Andrews was saying, probably the Google glasses or Net glasses. You need to track all your products. This is very essential because this one area you need not, there will be a lot of theft potential. So better to have barcoding of lenses and frame inventory, and you can use the software to help to track your cost and control the cost of operations. And this is also essential. You need to market your opticals well. It's not only essential that you have a good plan and presentation, you need to know the 4 P's of marketing. So the product, what all products you have, you need to describe the features and benefits as you tell about your premium IOLs. You need to list the prices, and you have to have a pricing strategy for your patients. Tools or tactics to achieve marketing objectives. This is also essential. You need to promote this, and this is very ethical. And you need to have some sales philosophy so that your staffs don't overdo this, because you are running your eye care profession, and your staff, if you are given freedom, they will run havoc. It's also essential we have control on post-fitting verification. You need to have a lensometer in place, and see to that all frames are which are fitted in your outlet have post-fitting verification, particularly with reference to the tilt, reading addition, centration, etc. Because the major cause of dissatisfaction for many of these patients are poor fitting. So it's essential you manage your people very well. They need to know about counseling or sales skills, also technical skills with reference to the type of lenses and type of frames, as well as the centration aspect. You need to teach them about inventory management and vendor management. It's very essential that you manage a good relationship with all your vendors. So it's not only people management, you have to hire them with reference to all these requirements, and also train them properly. It's always better to counter-check all the HR activities. You need to have a CCTV monitoring system, so at least you'll have some control over what's happening in your outlet. And make them accountable. It's very essential that the manager in the opticals should be accountable for the losses. And you also need to recognize their activities and offer them some incentive system. So if your practice or the outlet is picking up very well, you need to plan for a fitting lab. This is very simple nowadays. You just need a small space of 8 by 8. The finishing equipments are very compact nowadays. The manufacturer themselves train your staff, and you can compete with the other optical shop in the area. As a business plan, this is a business, and you also need to plan your exit. It's very, very essential that you, right from the beginning, you make this as a separate business other than your eye care profession. So it is an asset. You need to build it carefully. Someday you may want to sell your hospital or retire from practice. So this will fetch you additional revenue. You need to sell the plan, business on the books, equipment and system. And so you have to know that the opticals has a business value, the value you are creating today. So what is your role apart from supervising and establishing these outlets? You need to provide leadership to the people there as well as to the outlet there. You need to give them courage, confidence, and this is one business that needs a lot of change every time. So you need to provide leadership on the basis. You can give your inputs on planning and investment, and you also need to shift from a surgical disease mindset to the concept of providing total eye care to your people. The next important thing if you have to decide is provide consultative dispensing. Even while giving your prescription, glass prescription, you need to recommend or tell them about lenses, what is their requirement. You need to tell them about their, this is called the soft side of dispensing. Particularly the computer professionals would need a lot of advice on this regard. It's always essential that you manage the optical outlet if it is part of your practice, because it's essential that many of the accreditation agencies require that this has to be managed. Any service outlet in your hospital has to be managed by the same ownership. So all ancillary services has to be controlled by the management, because quality assurance is essential not only for your hospital services but also for your ancillary services. So this is one area which have really picked up many of the corporate setups. You need to find a nice area where leave out all the regular business to the competitors. So you can provide a nice customer base to occupational lenses. You can provide low vision aids and all those designer frames and lifestyle dispensing. So if you have a late customer base, you can build your brand on that. So whether it's a business or profession, dispensing is part of your profession now. So it is not about wearing suits or pleasing the stockholders. It's about being true to yourself, your ideas, and focusing on the essentials. The essential means our practice is eye care profession, and many of our customers would definitely need glasses sometime or other. And if we give them this suggestion, that will be really a value-added suggestion for the patients. So ophthalmology books may not help, but these type of books will help in managing the outlet. So the resources are bountiful. We need to train ourselves, retrain our surgical mindset to reach the resources. So that's it. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. And thank you, Dr. Andrews, for the opportunity.